Okay, guys, so we should be live. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. It's Friday night. I wasn't actually planning on doing a stream this evening, but I thought, you know what? Why the heck not? It's Friday night. It's the end of the week. Let's do an extra stream this week. So we've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're going to have 3 streams in a row. We're going to see how it goes. And if you guys enjoy these streams, we can always continue to do more and more on the channel. But tonight's going to be a special one because it's the first time on the channel that I'm going to be trying to introduce some video content into the live stream at the same time. So I'm going to try and mix that video content I would usually do throughout the day, but I want to mix it into the live content. That way I can kind of communicate with you guys back and forth, and you guys can chat in the live stream while you're watching the video content at the same time. I think it'll be a much better format here on the channel, and I hope you guys kind of like that kind of channel format. So what we're going to do, we're going to wait a few minutes here. We're going to wait for more of you guys to turn up. Before we get into our first video segment, we have 3 segments we're going to be getting to in this video. You guys can see the video segments kind of labeled down in the description. And I think you guys will find those video segments very, very interesting. So we'll do those 3 video segments. Also, we've got a couple of pictures about Hagrid, about the new Weasley castings for the upcoming HBO series. So we'll talk about those as a point of discussion as well. So we've got plenty of great stuff coming up in tonight's stream. If there's any problems with the audio or the video as we go along, guys, do let me know in the chat, and I'll be happy to fix it as soon as I possibly can. Like I say, I'm still new to doing live streams, so if there is a point where something goes wrong, do let me know, guys, and I will address it and fix it as soon as I can. I'm a one-man band here, and I will do my best to fix everything for you guys, like I say, as we go along. So we have Flamingo Productions, we have Scotty, and we have Miguel, 64838. It's great to see you guys. Greetings from the Canary Islands. Greetings, Miguel, my friend. I don't think I've seen you here before. It's nice to see you here. Thanks so much for joining us. So like I said, guys, we're just going to wait 5 or 10 minutes for more people to join. Then we'll get into our first kind of video segment and discussion here in the live stream. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a great time. I hope everyone had a great New Year's. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. It's officially the 2nd of January, so ready to start a new year strong. Has anyone got any New Year's resolutions that they've started, or any kind of objectives they want to achieve this year? Or, you know, what are you looking forward to in terms of Harry Potter news this year? Do you think we're going to get our first teaser trailer for the HBO series? When do you think we're going to get our first posters or first teaser? I would love to hear what you guys think about that as well. So, Flamingo Production says, trying to succeed my dream into becoming a YouTube animator. Absolutely fantastic. So, I do apologize if you told me before, Flamingo, but what kind of animation do you do? Was it you who told me that you do Unreal Engine 5? I remember speaking to someone who does Unreal Engine 5 animation. I can't remember if that was you or not. I do apologize. But yeah, I'd love to know a bit more about that. Let us know a bit more. I would love to learn a bit more about that. I love different styles of animation. Anime, cell shading, Unreal Engine type stuff. I'm all into that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would love to learn a bit more about that. But okay, we've got 6 of us in here at the moment. Like I say, guys, we'll just wait another few minutes for people to turn up, and we'll see how it goes. Today I've just been sort of chilling out at home, working on some of these live segments for you guys. Like I say, that I hope you enjoy. I've been playing around with my Ravenclaw trunk as well, man. I love this thing. I can't get enough of playing around with it. It would be cool. Cloud App says it would be cool if they do a teaser for the series at Back to Hogwarts this year. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they did. That would be a great time to kind of give us our first teaser. But I think we're going to get a bunch of character posters. I said this in the last stream. If you guys remember back to the Lord of the Rings series, they put out a bunch of character posters kind of showing the intricate kind of costume details on each of the different characters in the Lord of the Rings series. I think they'll do something very similar here, where they'll put out maybe character posters, and then after that, maybe a couple of days after, they'll give us the first small teaser. Scotty says, I haven't made any New Year's... Oh, I haven't made any New Year's resolutions at the moment. Yeah, that's fine. Not everyone does. Not everyone makes their New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year. People sort of come up with ideas and things they want to achieve as the year progresses. You know, you don't have to do it at the beginning of the year, of course. new ideas and new things come to mind as we go along. Okay, guys, it's only 3 minutes past 7. I thought it was a bit later into the stream than that. No worries. We'll keep going. We'll keep chatting for a moment. And, like I say, probably about 10 past, we'll get into our first video segment around about 10 past 7, guys. Something like that. My microphone was not on. Yeah, there's me talking to nobody. That always happens. So when I was playing that members list there, I muted the microphone just so I didn't accidentally talk into it. I do apologize, guys, but I was just saying a big thank you to everyone who's become members on the channel and people who have been gifted channel memberships. I hope you become channel members. I hope you become channel members after your trial has expired as well. You guys make it possible to put out this content, so having you guys on board, supporting the content as those channel members, I really do appreciate that. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. It happens to all YouTube streamers at some point. You'll turn the microphone off to avoid kind of talking into it when you don't want to. Then people forget to turn it back on. It happens to all of my favorite podcasters, and it just happened to me, so I do apologize. Yeah, guys, so like I say, just to tell people who have just turning up, we've got 3 segments we're going to be talking about, 3 video segments I prepared earlier in the day, which we're going to get to. I hope you guys will find interesting. Then we've got 2 points of discussion. We're going to be talking about the brand new casting, well, not brand new casting, but we're going to be talking about the casting of the new Weasley family in the upcoming series. So we're going to take a look at kind of what they look like, leaked images of the Weasley casting, and we're going to kind of talk about that and get your kind of thoughts on it. Then after that, we're going to take a look at the brand new kind of Hagrid and Harry Potter image that's leaked from the HBO series as well, that we've covered on the channel before, but we're going to use it as a point of discussion in tonight's stream, and we're going to kind of have a point of discussion around that as well. So I think that's going to be, that's definitely going to be a lot of fun. So, like I said, at 10 past, we'll get into our first video segment. There's a few of you guys joining up here, which is great. It's great to have you guys in here. We got Erica, Flamingo, we've got Scotty, we've got Cloud Apps. It's great to have our regulars here as always. It's okay. You have us to remind you if you turned mute. If you turned muted. Yeah, like I say, it happens to the best of us, but you know, it's just a casual mistake. You can easily turn this off, not remember to turn it back on. So yeah. Just me being an idiot. Sorry about that, guys. Got my nice cup of tea on the go, ready for tonight's stream. Keeping me nice and warm. I tell you what, here in the UK, it's been absolutely freezing. For those of you who live here in the UK, especially down south, I'm on the south coast, it's been absolutely freezing at the moment. And as a person who drives a motorbike and not a car, this time of year is awful to be driving around the motorcycle. It's so cold. Do you want any tea with that milk? Kimmy says, do you want any tea with that milk? Yeah, I have a lot of milk in my tea. I really do. Like, it's literally hot milk with a bit of tea. Everyone has their own tea though. Have you seen that chart where it says what is your perfect cup of tea? And in the top left-hand corner it's like black tea. The bottom right-hand corner is like hot milk. Bike. Yeah, and in the bottom right-hand corner, it's like hot milk. And like everybody has a favorite kind of brand of tea, like depending on the color and the shade it is. Erica says, bike. What bike? A sports bike or a slower one? Yeah, I've got a 500cc, 500cc Honda CBR 2023. I bought it like a couple of months ago. It's so fast. It's so good. What I'll do is later on, guys, after the stream on the community tab, I'll put up a picture of it just to show you guys. It's a really nice bike, a 2023 model. It's the newest bike I've ever bought, and it cost me a fair bit of money, but it's so cold to drive around this time of year, so I tend to get the bus instead of driving it, and it saves on the old fuel cost as well. Okay, don't apologize. It's okay. We have had some snow last night in the Midlands. Yeah, you guys have had snow up in the Midlands? Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. You'll have to get your sled out and do some sledding on the snow. Erica says, I'm also drinking tea, but just Earl Grey, some honey and milk. Yeah, I kind of like Earl Grey. I don't know why I don't drink more Earl Grey. Cool, I have a soft spot for sports bikes. Smile but be careful. A lot of speed in those. Yeah, there is. It's very dangerous this time of year as well with the frost on the road. Sometimes if you're going around a roundabout, some of the manhole covers or the drain covers can have frost or snow on them, and your tires can slide, so it's kind of a bit sketchy. Okay, guys, it's 7:10. Like I said, we're going to get into our first video segment. So I'm going to play the segment. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get straight into it here. So guys, we're going to move on to this story here. This is really sad. This is absolutely heartbreaking to see that this happened to this stunt double, but it just goes to show what a dangerous profession it is to be a stunt double on the set of a movie. There's so many things that can go wrong, so many accidents can happen, and this story here, linked to the Harry Potter franchise, is one of those very, very sad stories within the industry. So let's get into this story. It comes to us from the bbc.co.uk. Breaking my neck on the Harry Potter set hasn't changed me as a person. So yeah, this stunt double had a really unfortunate accident, changed his entire life, and well, the story, guys, you just got to see this story, man. It's just absolutely heartbreaking. So David Holmes was just 17 years old when he started making magic happen as Harry Potter's stunt double. The talented gymnast from Leigh-on-Sea in Essex performed stunts deemed too risky for the film's 11-year-old star Daniel Radcliffe. But in January of 2009, when filming the 7th film, he was rapidly jerked back on a harness, leaving him paralyzed at the age of 24. I mean, it's just heartbreaking, man. Something like that, when you get part of your body paralyzed, changes your life forever. It changes your family's life forever. And just being paralyzed, I couldn't even imagine like what it's like to spend the rest of your life with parts of you being paralyzed and not being able to move. Absolutely horrifying. So, here, in his own words, he explains how breaking his neck has never changed his personality and how his friendship with Daniel, along with the new role in the Harry Potter audiobook, has brought him peace. Quote, I will never regret my work on Harry Potter. So he still has a good outlook on life. He still, he still enjoyed his time working on the Harry Potter movies, and he looks back with fondness. He's not bitter, he's not salty. A lot of people would be. I probably would be if I broke my neck and it changed my life. But yeah, he seems to be happy. He seems to be at peace, which is great. It's really humbling that he's got that kind of point of view, and sounds like a great guy. So there's a side-by-side image. We have David, the stunt double, on the left, and obviously Daniel Radcliffe on the right. I had the time of my life on the Harry Potter set. I was the first person to play Quidditch on a broomstick. That's pretty damn cool. I was filming a scene where Harry fights a snake, and I remember hitting the wall and my chest folding into my nose. I'm like, so basically, like, in order for your chest to come up to your nose, like, he would have been folded in half like a sandwich. Like, that would have been unbelievably painful. I was fully conscious for the whole thing. I knew I had broken my neck. even talking about this story, man, it's so sad. It really is. It can bring tears to your eyes to hear that someone... I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but just to hear that someone, you know, snapped their neck and just got paralyzed is such a tragic story. Okay, after the accident, I lost a decade of my life, but I never held on to the hate and blame. I own the fact that I chose a dangerous profession. Yeah, I mean, it is. A lot of people don't get credit, you know, for being a stunt double on the set of a movie. There's so many things that can go wrong, even though there's so many safety procedures in place. I mean, they make it as safe as they possibly can. Things still go wrong. I mean, for those of you who follow movie news, you know what happened on the set of Rust with Alec Baldwin. He was given a stage prop gun that had a real live bullet in it by accident, and he ended up shooting the cinematographer on the set of a movie called Rust. And the cinematographer was killed because a real live bullet somehow made its way into a prop gun, and Alec Baldwin shot the cinematographer and killed her. I know that's not a stunt double, but that's an example of how dangerous it can be on the set of a movie. And even though my accident was not my fault, I could do nothing about it. It was the job I chose to do. The hardest thing was the impact on my loved ones when they were seeing the trauma of what I was going through. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It doesn't just affect the stunt double guy here who broke his neck. It affects everyone around him as well. It has those kind of ripple effects because it's so life-changing. I always tell myself that my stunts in those films were pivotal moments in the story. Harry Potter is a safe space for a lot of people. It's a gift for humanity. Absolutely, Harry Potter is. I will always be proud of that, and I don't regret it. There are kids watching Harry Potter on phones in conflict zones, and it's making them feel safe, families connect, and enjoy them. My partner Rosie, who I met 3 years ago, is a quadriplegic like myself, and those films got her through some dark times. I know the power of storytelling and what it can do for people, and I can't think of anything more lovely than knowing that I was there for her before I even knew her. That's just incredible. It's making me emotional, like, talking about it. He's got a partner who's a quadriplegic. For those of you who may not know what that term means, I'm not saying you're dumb by not knowing, but there are some people who don't know what that means. Quadriplegic basically means... Quadriplegic, if I can say the word right. That basically means someone who's got no movement in any of their limbs. Basically, all 4 limbs are paralyzed and they can't move at all. That's basically what it means. So his partner's also paralyzed, but... That's kind of sweet that they have each other and they've discovered each other through through Harry Potter, and they're kind of together because of Harry Potter. So, you know, bringing it back to the franchise that we love, the fact that they're both together because of it, and that's kind of a sweet, bitter ending, like a bittersweet ending, I should say. But that's a really nice part of the story. It took me to break my neck to meet the woman of my dreams. She makes me feel like a man. There we go. It took me to break my neck to meet the woman of my dreams. I mean, silver linings, so to speak. I didn't sue. I wanted to focus on my recovery. So, David was a stunt double for Harry Potter and several other characters on the film. The accident wasn't my fault, and I had very little control over the best way to navigate it. The experience and the character of Harry Potter meant so much to me. The studio said their insurance would cover everything, so I decided not to sue. I wanted to focus on my recovery. I know so many people who don't have the luxury of an insurance policy, so I would feel like a sham if I moaned about my situation. 6 years ago, I was going in for major surgery on a cyst on my spinal cord. The right-hand side of my body is getting worse. Doctors can't tell whether I will retain my speech, breathing, or swallowing in the future. Wow. So not only is this guy paralyzed, he could end up losing his speech, his breathing, and his ability to swallow. That's just crazy. I am literally getting emotional thinking about it. The operation was a huge risk. Unfortunately, it hasn't stopped things getting worse, but I survived. Before I went in, I made a short YouTube video explaining my contribution to the Harry Potter films in case I died. I speak to Daniel Radcliffe all the time. We're very good friends, and he encouraged me to tell my story. We released a documentary, David Holmes, the boy who lived. I have never watched it, but one day I won't be able to get out of bed, and I will watch it then. My acceptance of who I am has got even greater since I realized it. I'm a person with a severe disability who has a platform, and I push for it as much awareness as possible. People are aware of how difficult it is to live as a disabled person. If me and Rosie moved in together, we would lose access to a lot of our support. We live in a society where disabled people are punished to love each other. I can't go to the cinema and sit next to her because there aren't 2 disabled spaces. I can't visit my friend's house because they are not accessible. I try to shed some light on these issues. I do what I can with what I've got. I'm always pushing for more for my community. It would be really cool to get back into the wizarding world, he says. I'm playing Stan Shumpike, the conductor of the night bus, in the new audiobook of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which comes out in January. So he's in the audiobooks, which is really cool. It was the third movie I filmed, and I was actually on the bus as the stunt double for Daniel, whizzing through the streets of London. I was honoured when they asked me to audition, and it's really cool to be back in the wizarding world. The character breakdown is a Cockney who talks himself up a lot, so it wasn't hard for me. I was there, the original lines were deliverable, so it felt like a full circle moment. And I'll link the rest of the article down below if you want to continue reading the rest. But what an emotional story. And there's a picture there of Tom Felton with the stunt double, with David, the stunt double there. And man, it almost brings me to tears when you see these kind of stories, because it's just... Could you even imagine going through something like that? Just crazy. But the fact that he found his other half and that he's in love with this woman that he discovered through the Harry Potter franchise, that kind of makes me smile. And that kind of makes me happy that he's got some light in his life after everything he's been through. So really emotional, but a really impactful story. So guys, you know, let me know, what do you think about this story? Leave your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. You know, I mean, what can be said about it? Just truly, truly emotional. So I would love to hear your feedback and what you have to say about this story, guys. So, guys, there we go. I mean, truly kind of, you know, truly heartbreaking type of story. I mean, what else can we say about it, really? But yeah, I do need to see that documentary. I have to be completely honest. I didn't even know about this story. I may have read it somewhere before. It did sound slightly familiar, but I completely forgot that this even happened, and I need to see the documentary. But the problem is, it's going to break my heart. So it's one of those things that I want to watch, but at the same time, I don't want to watch it because, like I say, it's just going to break my heart. So it's kind of difficult, isn't it? Really. Tom Felton is awesome. Erica says, "Be grateful to the blessings we have in life. It can change so fast." Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was a prime example of how things can change so quickly. And obviously, Christopher Reeve being a main thing as well. Obviously, he was Superman, and then, you know, he had his terrible accident where he fell off his horse when he was at his ranch, and his whole life changed. I mean, things can just happen in an instant. So, you know, we've got to be careful, and we've got to be, you know, we've got to be happy with the way, you know, life is going. Try and make the most of it, I guess. So guys, what we'll do is we'll have a chat for another 5 or 10 minutes. Then we'll get into video segment number 2, which I think you guys will also find interesting. If you're a Slytherin or a Gryffindor, you'll find video segment number 2 specifically interesting. If you're a Gryffindor or a Slytherin, trust me. But it's a very interesting article, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Very emotional story. Flamingo says, "Respect to the man, bro. Respect." Absolutely. When someone's been through that kind of a traumatic experience, we're not just talking about, you know, the trauma of the body. We're talking about the trauma of his mind and kind of dealing with the stress of going through something like that. You know, a normal human being would struggle to go through something like that. So just absolutely, you know, absolutely heartbreaking through and through. It really, really is. Now I'm very curious about the next video. Yeah, well, like I say, we'll wait a few minutes, guys, and then we'll get into the next segment. But we just have a kind of a chill out and a bit of a chinwag at the moment. But like I say, I've been digging around on the internet today. I went onto this website today, right? You remember that that hotel, the Harry Potter themed hotel that's opening up in Germany Legoland? I went onto this website to read a bit more information to it, and lo and behold, I scroll down through their article. They're talking about the Harry Potter themed hotel at Legoland, and as I'm scrolling down this person's website, my video that I made on it was on the front page of their website, and I was just like, what? I was wondering why that video did so well. I got a lot of views on that video, and now it makes sense because it was on the front page of this person's website. And, you know, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I was quite surprised to see it on someone's website, so that was quite fun. Erica says, "My mother's friend, her husband got a stroke and his life changed from one day to the next. It's scary." Yeah, I mean, it can happen to anyone at any time. You know, like having a heart attack, having a stroke, that kind of thing. And, you know, it can just come out of nowhere. Like, you really just don't know when it's going to happen. Alzheimer's is terrible. Both of my grandparents had that. I had to watch them kind of fall apart mentally because of Alzheimer's, the most horrendous disease that someone can have. And I really hope they do find a cure for that at some point. Do you know what? At some point on the channel, I might do like a charity thing where we do like an Alzheimer's, you know, kind of charity thing here where people can send in tips and donations, and we'll do like a thing towards Alzheimer's. I would love to do something like that on the channel. Would that be something you guys would be interested in helping to support? Do let me know about that, guys. If that's something that you guys are interested in, like I say, we can definitely get that set up on the channel, and we can do I visited the website and I was surprised to see the video is also publicity too. Erica says you have a good heart, Ryan. That is very kind of you. Yeah, well, yeah, you know, we as a fan and as a community here at Harry Potter, we can rally together, and you know, even if it's not a massive load of money, even if it's, you know, even if it was like £50, £60, whatever it may be, you know, however small it may be, you know, just donating it to a better cause to help something that's bigger than ourselves, that would be a great thing for us to do, I think. Maverick Star says hello. Hello, Maverick. It's great to have you here. Yeah, I can support that very much. Great idea with the charity. Yeah, I think that's something we'll definitely set up on the channel, guys. We'll set up a special charity thing for Alzheimer's. We will definitely do that at some point. I think that'll be fantastic to rally around that cause and for us to do some, you know, do some good. I would love to do that. So, give me, you know, give me a few days, a week or so. I'll look into how we can kind of link up with the charity and how we can kind of sort something like that out. I think that will be really, really nice. Rumble Believer says, great idea. Gamelk Mar, hello from the Netherlands. Hello from the Netherlands. It's great to see you here. Thank you so much for joining us on the channel. Erica says, in the spirit of Harry Potter. Absolutely. You know, Harry Potter's done such good things for everyone around the world. We can make it an even better place using the power of the wizards and witches. Okay, guys. So what we'll do is we're a couple more minutes and we'll get into video segment number 2. Sorry, guys, I'm drinking on camera. It's a bit unprofessional, but I've done so much talking on camera today. I've got a bit of a dry throat, so I'm just trying to wet the old whistle, so to speak. Okay, we have 17 viewers in here now, so this is great, guys. Thank you so much for everyone being here. This is really, really great. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's get into video segment number 2. Like I say, if you're a Slytherin or a Gryffindor, this is going to be of interest to you. So you'll see why in just a second. Check this out, guys. So guys, up second on tonight's stream, we have this topic here. Some of you guys are going to find this very, very interesting, specifically Gryffindors and Slytherins. So here we go. This comes to us from scipost.org. New Harry Potter study links Gryffindor and Slytherin personalities to heightened entrepreneurship. So basically, people who run businesses and companies, you know, more likely to be the personality of a Slytherin or a Gryffindor. So there we go. This is pretty interesting. So, new research utilizing a massive dataset derived from the Harry Potter fandom suggests that specific fictional personality profiles align with real-world entrepreneurial potential. The study indicates that individuals who identify with the traits of Gryffindor and Slytherin houses are more likely to exhibit entrepreneurial intentions and behaviors compared to others. These findings were published in the journal Small Business Economics. That's why I have no business skills, because I'm a Ravenclaw. That explains a lot. So, economists and psychologists have frequently associated starting a business with a certain level of non-conformity. An entrepreneur often needs to challenge existing conventions and break rules to create a new value. This requires a psychological makeup that tolerates risk and embraces disruption. The authors of the current study, led by Professor Martin Obschonker of the University of Amsterdam, aim to understand how different character profiles contribute to this necessary rule-breaking behavior. They sought to distinguish between pro-social forms of deviance and more self-serving strategic forms. To capture these complex personality configurations, the researchers adopted a person-orientated approach rather than looking at isolated traits. This is where it gets back to Harry Potter here. They looked at the personality topology typology, found in the Harry Potter saga as the framework for categorizing people. The fictional Hogwarts houses provided a widely recognized model for grouping individuals based on bundles of traits like courage, ambition, loyalty, and wisdom. This allowed the team to test how holistic character descriptions relate to economic behavior. This is actually really fascinating when you think about it. The different traits and different characteristics that make up different students in different houses of Hogwarts, those traits are going to help you to run a business or not run a business. And to link those traits of Hogwarts houses and the students to economic and business kind of professionalism, that's actually a really interesting study to be done. And this article is very, very interesting on that. So, the research team employed a two-part approach involving both regional and individual data to ensure robustness. From the first study, they utilized a massive dataset collected through a collaboration with Time magazine. This involved the Harry Potter quiz, which assessed personality traits in nearly 800,000 participants across the United States. So, if you've done a Harry Potter quiz, you could be part of this data set. So, the survey included items measuring traits such as Machiavellianism, that's a hard word to say, agreeableness, courage, honesty, humility, and conscientiousness. Based on their responses, an algorithm sorted participants into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses. This algorithm was developed with the input from self-identified Harry Potter experts to ensure accurate character mapping. The research aggregated these responses to the level of metropolitan statistical areas. They then calculated the density of startups in these regions using data from the US Census Bureau. The analysis revealed a specific geographic pattern regarding business creation. Regions with a higher concentration of individuals matching the Gryffindor and Slytherin profiles tended to exhibit higher entrepreneurial activity. Specifically, areas with the above average shares of these two profiles showed approximately 7% higher levels of startup density. This association remained significant even when controlling for economic variables like GDP and population density. That is so interesting. They looked at maps and they looked at the startups of businesses, geographical locations, and they kind of cross-referenced that against the different houses of the Hogwarts. And it looks like Slytherin and Gryffindors were more likely to open up businesses based on geographical location. So this study is kind of crazy. It's kind of fun to read into. Gryffindor profiles are associated with traits like courage, bravery, and moral conviction. Slytherin profiles are linked to ambition, shrewdness, and strategic rule bending. The data suggests that despite their differences, both profiles share a propensity for the kind of non-conformity required to start businesses. This supports the idea that entrepreneurial energy can stem from different psychological sources. And I'll kind of leave it there, guys. You can read the rest of it if you want to. I'll link it down in the article. But again, a really fascinating kind of look at the character traits of the different Hogwarts houses and how it relates to starting a business, and just cross-referencing it against geological location with business startups. Really fascinating. You're more likely to start a business, or you're more likely to be business-like minded if you fall into the Slytherin or Gryffindor category, because of the traits that your personality has. You're more likely to be a business owner or a business startup. So pretty damn fascinating. It really is. So guys, you see this story here. Do you fall into Gryffindor? Do you fall into Slytherin? Are you likely to start a business? Do you think that this is accurate? Based on what you know about yourself, if you're a Slytherin or a Gryffindor, would you say you have more of a business acumen, rather than your counterparts in Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw like me? Is it accurate? Is it not accurate? And what do you think about it? Leave your comments, as always. Would love to hear what you guys have to say. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that segment there. What did you think about it? Did you agree that, a Slytherin and Gryffindor have the traits from their house that you would associate with kind of starting a business? Is that something that you think makes sense, or do you completely disagree with it? I thought that was a really interesting article. And like I say, if you want to read the entire thing at your own pace, and also we did miss a bit of the bottom of the article just to save some time. If you want to go in and read that full article, it's linked in the description down below, so you guys can read it whenever you want to. But yeah, really interesting stuff. Really great stuff. So, Black Uni Griffin says, interesting, I'm a Ravenclaw and I've owned several businesses, done freelance, been a producer. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not 100% accurate. They're just saying they're most likely associated with being, entrepreneurs, like being in Slytherin and Gryffindor. They're not saying it's 100%, that no Ravenclaw or no Hufflepuff person can ever start a business. That's not what they're saying. So, of course, there's going to be the odd, Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff that's going to start a business. Of course, that's going to happen. But we're just talking about statistical kind of analysis when it comes to Slytherin, when it comes to Gryffindor. More than likely, more than the other two houses are more likely to be kind of more business minded. That's what they're kind of saying. And they took that analysis from over 800,000 quizzes that were completed, which is kind of a big sample size when you think about it. Okay. Rumble says, I am in Erica. Blah, blah. No, we've read that. Okay. Elon Musk must be Slytherin. I mean, there's several different ways you can look at that. I mean, Rumble makes sense. Ravenclaw have a blessing for activism too. Absolutely. Yeah, I've not done a whole lot of activism as a Ravenclaw, I have to be honest. But then again, yeah, no, I don't think I have. But that's just me. I'm a quiet indoor type, so I don't really do a whole lot of that kind of stuff. Being on picket lines and, being at like protests and stuff. But each their own, as they say. So, guys, what we'll do is we'll kind of just hang out and chill out again. Like I say, have a discussion in the comment in the live chat. Just talk amongst yourself for a bit, and we're getting to our third segment in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Then we've got 2 pictures. Like I say, one to do with the Weasley family, the new Weasley family coming up in the HBO series. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to kind of dive into each of the Weasley castings and kind of talk about what your thoughts are, how you feel about them. Are they good castings, bad castings? Do they look good in the role? Then we'll go over and we'll talk about Hagrid and Harry as well, looking at those leaked images and kind of getting your thoughts and feedback and kind of having a discussion around those images. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun to dive into, guys. Wait, what? Blowing soap bubbles, what? Could you suggest me more books like Harry Potter with the same kind of fun, magic, and school vibes? The Wheel of Time. I've heard that The Wheel of Time is a good book, a good magical book. If you have not read The Wheel of Time, supposedly that's a great book. You've got the Witcher books as well. You've got the Game of Thrones books. I don't know if there's any Sabrina books, like the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, that TV series. I don't know if there's books based on the Sabrina character. That's something I'd have to look into. But yeah, Wheel of Time, Game of Thrones, The Witcher, all those kind of fantasy great novels that you could dive into, guys. Some great stuff there if you're looking for a book. Black Uni Griffin says Narnia. Absolutely the Narnia. That's a fantastic book as well. Rumble says, count me in with the signs and blowing soap bubbles and so on. Blowing soap bubbles. I don't know what that's about. Unless I missed something in the chat, I'm not sure. But each to their own, I guess. Blowing soap bubbles. Game of Thrones is not for children. Were we talking about children? If I may have missed that. Could you suggest? And school vibes. Okay, sorry. If you were talking about book recommendations for kids, then I apologize. I didn't know that's what you were talking about. Obviously, Game of Thrones is very R-rated and mature. That's for sure. That's for sure. But I didn't realize that. Comics for Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Okay, Scotty says there's comics for the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So there we go. Percy Jackson. I tell you what, I need to get caught up on the Percy Jackson series. That looks fantastic. Apparently, it's really good, the Percy Jackson series. So I need to get caught up on that. I did start watching it. Me and Rumble have activism, protest, hangout, conversation, Ryan. Okay, yeah, no worries, Erica. No worries. Yeah, Percy Jackson. Definitely get caught up on the TV show, guys, if you're not watching it. It's a fantastic show. Percy Jackson 2 is my next watch, says Scotty. Yeah, absolutely, man. I've been seeing adverts for it all over the place. Whenever I go on Facebook, whenever I go on social media, you know, like, they target adverts at you. They obviously know that I talk a lot about Harry Potter because, obviously my channel, my content, and I'm always searching up Harry Potter. So they're always advertising things at me like Percy Jackson. And it came up with a Percy Jackson advertisement for the TV series the other day. And, I really need to get back into watching it. Erica says, but I feel like, yes, you belong to a house and you feel most close with it, with your personality, but you also cross into traits from other houses as well. Like, it's not black and white kind of thing. Yeah, of course, Erica, of course it's not. Of course you can, it's not a box that you have to squarely fit into. You know, you can take traits from other houses as well. You don't have to conform to one exact house. That doesn't have to be the case. And that's never been the case. You can always, you can feel that you're mostly associated with one particular house and a set of traits, but also you can have a trait from another house as well. You know, that's not the case. You can be a Ravenclaw, but you can take courage from, you know, you could be a courageable Ravenclaw. So you could be, you know, take the courage from a Gryffindor. You know, it doesn't have to be squarely within the box. That's the way I've kind of always seen it. Yeah, Black Uni Griffin has got some fantastic recommendations there. That's fantastic. Thank you for recommending them, Black Uni Griffin. Erica says, like, I'm a Gryffindor, but I do have some traits from Ravenclaw, so I'm a little bit of a Gryffindor. Gryffindor. I like that. Gryffindor. That's a pretty good way of putting it. A Gryffindor. You could have like a logo where it's like half a Gryffindor and then half a Ravenclaw logo kind of mashed together. That would be very interesting. That would be a unique item to own as a Harry Potter fan. Just kind of cut it in half and then half a Gryffindor and half a Ravenclaw. I would absolutely love to see that. That would be really cool. I'm a Ravenpuff. Yeah, man, I would just love to see it. I really would. Or like the big patch that I've got on my back. Oh, I can't turn around right now because my chair's in the way. But yeah, just cut the logo in half and have two halves of each logo. That would just be incredible. Okay, guys, so what we're gonna do, with one more minute, and then we'll get into our third segment. Then after, like I say, we'll start talking about the Weasleys, and we'll start talking about Hagrid and Harry as well, because I would love to get your thoughts and feedback. Okay, everything is good. Everything is real good. Just double checking. Yeah, okay, all good. I was just checking. Yeah. There is like logos on the internet with a mix of two houses with like combi names like that, that we talked, like what we talked about. Oh, okay, to be honest, I've never seen that. I'll have to look that up. I may have come across it before, but I may have forgot, but I've not seen it before. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. I think that's pretty damn cool. That really is cool. So guys, before we go any further as well, I just want to remind you, to everyone who's a channel member, go onto the community, after this video, go onto the community tab on the YouTube channel, community tab, and there will be a link to the channel members Discord server. So make sure you do come over and join the Discord server if you are a channel member, guys. I would love to have you over there. We have some great chats going on, just chatting about Harry Potter content when I'm not live on here. I'm pretty much online all the time, so if you go onto the Discord chat, you can pretty much message me whenever you want. We can have a chat back and forth, chat with other members, and all kinds of fun gifts, and, you know, talking about books and movies and series. So make sure you do go over and you know, check the invite link and join the Discord server if you are a channel member. I would love to have you guys over there. Okay, so with that down, let's move on to our third video segment. Harry Potter star child admits he never wanted to be shackled to the franchise. I mean, this is the thing, right? So people become famous in certain roles in certain movies or TV shows, and then they become typecast, and they find it very, very hard to get acting roles or jobs outside of that main kind of role that made them famous. So I completely get where this actor is coming from. He doesn't want to be shackled to the Harry Potter franchise, even as amazing as that would be for so many millions of people around the world. I completely understand. As an actor, you want to do theatre, you want to do Broadway, you know, you want to do the West End. There's other things you want to do within your acting capabilities, and being shackled into one role or one franchise can be pretty detrimental to an actor or actress. So I get where this actor's coming from. So Harry Melling has spoke out about his role in the Harry Potter franchise. The Harry Potter films began being released in 2001. 2001, guys. 2001. 25 years ago. If that doesn't make you feel old, I don't know what does. With Mellon taking on a major supporting role as Harry's cousin Dudley. Mellon played this role in 5 of the 8 films, recently having a resurgence in fame after appearing in the TV series The Queen's Gambit, which was really popular at the moment it came out. And in the new BDSM love story Pillion with Alexandra Skarsgård. I mean, that's not my kind of movie. That's not something I'm going to be watching. But I mean, starring in a film opposite Alexandra Skarsgård, that's not a bad way to go for an actor, you know. So, you know, fair play to him that he managed to land that role opposite a talented actor like that. That's definitely going to do a lot for Melling's, you know, for his popularity. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, the star revealed that he never planned to be shackled to the franchise of Harry Potter. Quote, Harry Potter is this huge franchise and I never wanted to be in any way shackled to it. I always wanted to have a really big career and try lots of different things, he said. I guess it's like saying, imagine if an article you wrote when you were 10 was like the article, you'd be like, oh no, come on guys, there's so many great people I've interviewed since then. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Again, like I said at the beginning, people get typecast into a certain role. It's like, just to go off on a tangent for a second, it's like Ben Affleck, who played Batman, right? Ben Affleck, while he was playing Batman in the Snyderverse, he was making up other movies, he was in other movies, but every time Ben Affleck would get interviewed, all they would do is ask him about the Batman role. And he got so damn sick of, you know, answering questions about the Batman when he was there to be interviewed about a different movie that he was starring in. And it's the same sort of thing he's talking about here. It's like, you know, if you get typecast into a certain role and people just continually talk about that and they don't envision you in any other kind of role, it can be really bad for your career. And the fact that this actor here, Melling, who played Dudley, you know, he wants to go into other things, which is fantastic. Okay, so let's keep going down here. So it was really interesting relationship you enter when dealing with something as huge as Harry Potter. He added that he had always had interest in theatre and he wanted to be a stage actor in his youth. Even when I was doing Harry Potter, I was obsessed with theatre. Theatre was my main love in a strange way. It was the thing that I was completely obsessed with. Even as a 10-year-old, I knew I wanted to learn how to speak Shakespeare properly and to be a stage actor. A lot of the more senior actors in the Harry Potter world were all these incredible stage actors, and I wanted to have that career. Then going to drama school changes what you want in coming out the other side. And this is what he looks like now. He's barely recognizable. I'm not sure I would recognize him. If I saw him in a TV show or a movie, he could easily have kind of skipped my attention because he does look a lot different, obviously, from those Harry Potter films. But good for him. He looks healthy. It looks like he's doing well for himself. Obviously, you know, he's obviously making a comeback here opposite Alexandra Skarsgård in this big movie. And I hope we see more of him in more movies and more shows and maybe on the West End. I mean, good for this guy that he's making a comeback for his career. It's absolutely great. Let's just read this small bit here, then we'll finish off on this topic. The actor has been praised for his new film Pillion, with Metro's Tory Brazier calling the film delightfully smutty and obscene. So there we go, guys. Yeah, I mean, what a cool story. It's always great to see an actor break out of the kind of the shackles. When they become popularized in a certain role and they almost get typecast, like I said at the beginning of that video, it's great to see someone not be bogged down into that one kind of role that they're known for. It's great to see actors try and break out into other roles. I mean, Daniel Radcliffe, even to this day, he's done some fantastic, he's done some fantastic indie movies. He really has. But he's still kind of shackled into that Harry Potter role, even all these years later. But he is humble about it. He's still nice. He still represents the brand in a nice way. The same with Rupert Grint, as well. He came out recently in an interview we talked about on the channel. You know, he has fond memories and he talks about Harry Potter in a nice way. But he says, you know, that he's kind of moved past it almost. That it's a nice thing for his kids. But he's kind of moved past it in a way because he's been part of that world for so long. So, you know, Erica says, wow, would not recognize him. It's probably tricky as child actress. Actors are easy to get stuck into certain category. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you look at Macaulay Culkin, who played the character in the Home Alone movies. I mean, he's just been typecast into that role for years. I mean, he really has. He's done some other great things. He was in American Horror Story, and he's done some great things. But people will always look at him as the kid who was in, I've completely forgot, McAllister, is it? He was in the Home Alone movies, and you know, he's done everything he can to try and break away from you know, being the Home Alone kid, but it still follows him around everywhere. But luckily for him, you know, he did have a resurgence with his career as well, and it looks like the same's happening for the Dudley actor here, and good for him. Alexandra Skarsgård, man, you know, being in a movie opposite Alexandra Skarsgård, like I said, good for him. He's doing great things. Rowan Atkinson as Mr. Bean, that's a great example as well. Kimmy, that's an absolutely fantastic example. It really is. Mark Hamill, the same problem. Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. He did some great voice acting as well. He did the Joker in the Batman animated series, which he was known for. But yeah, Rowan Atkinson as Mr. Bean. Obviously, you cannot watch a Rowan Atkinson series or movie without thinking about Mr. Bean. Like, you just can't. But in the latest Rowan Atkinson series that they had on Netflix, Man vs. Baby, they actually played into some of the Mr. Bean tropes in that Man vs. Baby series. If you guys haven't seen it, it's hilarious. I do recommend watching it. People always remember him as Luke Skywalker. Yeah, and he can't have a conversation without talking about it, and that's just what happens. But I guess that's kind of a good thing sometimes, that you made a character so iconic that it still follows you around all these years later, but it can be frustrating to be locked into that box. But anyway, guys, okay, so with that kind of down, there's 3 different video segments. I hope you guys enjoyed them, by the way, each different from the last, kind of different categories within Harry Potter. I hope you guys, like I say, had a good time with those video segments. So what we're going to do, we're going to move on to looking at the Weasley family, and let's just have a little discussion around the Weasleys, and I would love to know your feedback on what you think about them, and let's just kind of dive into that quickly. So, let me see if I can find it here. Okay, so here we go. We have the Weasley family here on screen. So, this is obviously some of the leaked images that we've had from the HBO series, you know, talking about the casting of the new Weasley family. So what do we think about it? What do we think, you know, do they look good? Do they look bad? Somewhere in the middle? What do you think about them? I think they actually look really cool. We've obviously got, we've got Ron, we've got Ginny, we've obviously got the Weasley twins, we've got Molly. Nobody believe... okay, not really sure what's going on there. I'm not sure if they have Kimmy. I'm not sure if they have cast him, sorry. Yeah, I can't remember. I know they've done a lot of castings. They've done most of them. I'd have to look into the people. There are some castings still left to be done. I'm pretty sure. Obviously, Lord Voldemort is one of the biggest ones. One of the biggest ones that needs to be cast. They've already cast him, obviously, because I think he's going to be kind of somewhat appearing in the first couple of episodes when the Harry Potter family gets murdered. But I have this dark theory that Daniel Radcliffe is going to be Voldemort. I can't prove it. It is just speculation with my tinfoil hat. But could you imagine if Daniel Radcliffe was cast as Voldemort? That would be insane. But yeah, going back to the Weasley family, I think it's really cool. I think that their costumes look great. I love this kind of like the knitted kind of jumpers, the kind of the 90s tone that they're going for. The actor who plays Voldemort in the audiobooks, I think, would be good. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But obviously, there's a big difference between voice acting and being an actor in a live action format. That's why they've got 2 different sets of actors, voice actors, and then the live action actors, because it's a different skill set. It's a very different medium. But I wish, but I don't think he wants to come back. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe's not coming back, obviously. I'm just being facetious. But could you imagine how it would break the internet? The internet would break if Daniel Radcliffe came back as Voldemort. But anyway, yeah, just going back to their costumes. So I think their costumes look great. They're going back with that 90s aesthetic. They've got these kind of woolly jumpers. They've got these kind of knitted sweaters. They've got the dungarees and the overalls. Got this little purse kind of hanging down, the long ginger hair. And obviously, Ginny Weasley was one of the most undercut characters in the actual movies. And a lot of people can't wait to see her character be done right on screen. So let's really hope that they fix her and make her more kind of book accurate. Because obviously she was a lot more of a fiery character. Whereas in the movies, it felt like she was just there just to be Harry's girlfriend. I wish, but I don't think he wants to come back. To be honest, I like them. They look more like the book versions. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what this series is supposed to be about, isn't it? It's supposed to be a book-accurate version of, you know, of the Harry Potter series. And that's what it's been marketed about. That's what it's supposed to be about. So yeah, I think they do look really cool. And that's kind of the last set of leaks that we had of the Weasleys, I believe. I love that they are deciding to go with the 90s aesthetic. Yeah, it's so nostalgic because I'm a 90s kid. I grew up in the 90s. So a lot of the clothing and stuff that they're wearing is so reminiscent of when I was at school and when I was a young kid, seeing people wearing this kind of stuff. And we saw the first kind of leaked images of, I think it was a teacher, like a Quidditch teacher or professor, and she was wearing like a 90s sports tracksuit. And everyone back in the 90s was wearing these kind of sports tracksuits. And yeah, I just remember that as a kid. And seeing that coming back to life, man, it brings back so many memories of what my friends used to wear when we used to play football on the weekends. These kind of sporty tracksuits with the geometric patterns kind of all over it. They were ugly as hell. But okay, does anyone have any other thoughts here? I'm a little smitten by the Ginny actress. I like her sass. Yes, bring back memories, smile, good old 90s. Yeah, the Ginny actress, she looks pretty sweet. I think she's going to do a fantastic job. I can't wait to see her chemistry with Dominic McLaughlin, obviously the kid who's playing Harry Potter. Their chemistry is really going to make or break their kind of relationship, and I'm interested to see. They've obviously done chemistry tests. You know, they've done tests like they call them chemistry tests when they're doing auditions to see how the actors play off of each other. So I'm sure that the new Ginny actress and Dominic McLaughlin, I'm sure they're going to have great chemistry between them. I hope they give Ginny more justice in the series. Yeah, I absolutely think they will. I think they're going to do a lot better job. I think that's one of the number one character fixes they need to do, and I think they know that. Kimmy trying to find if someone is cast as Arthur. I can look that up quickly. Let me just have a quick look. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just checking on the internet. Bear with me. Let's see. So, as of January 2026, the actor cast as Arthur Weasley in the upcoming HBO Harry Potter series has not been announced yet. The series has revealed much of the Weasley family casting, including Catherine Parkinson as Molly Weasley, Alistair Stout as Ron Weasley, various young actors for the Weasley children, Fred, George, Percy and Ginny. However, reliable sources like The Hollywood Reporter, Deadline and Variety and others consistently note that Arthur Weasley, along with a few others like Bill and Charlie, remains unannounced. So there we go, guys. So he hasn't been cast as of yet. And there's still a few castings to be announced within the Harry Potter show. So we'll have to wait and see who ends up playing that character. But he's a pretty cool character, and I'm very interested to see who they're gonna get. Simon Pegg. That would be an interesting choice. Well, time will tell. Yeah, I mean, what I think they're doing is a smart marketing play actually on their part. So what they're doing is, instead of announcing the full cast all in one big chunk, if you draw out the castings right over a long period of time, it keeps people more engaged in the news cycle when it comes to the Harry Potter HBO show. If you don't reveal all the cast at once, kind of spread out the announcements of different cast members, then, you know, it's more news cycle, more people are coming back to it, it's getting more hype for the show. So it makes sense that they're kind of spreading out the announcements of the castings. And the fact that they're refusing to announce the casting of Voldemort as well is keeping people even more hyped and engaged, because it's like, who the hell is it going to be? And people are just really, really interested to find out who's going to be playing Voldemort. Obviously, Cillian Murphy is one of the fan favorite castings for Voldemort, but I don't think it's going to be Cillian Murphy, based on what he said in interviews, but he could be lying. He could be lying. We just don't know. But I don't think it's going to be him, but I would love it if it was. Okay, guys, so with that down, let's move on to the next image here. Okay, so talking about the casting here of Hagrid. So, what do you guys think about this? Obviously, this was the leaked image of them going around in London, I should say. This is when they're making their way to the Leaky Cauldron. And, yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about the casting here as well? This looks like to be a fake head as well on the right hand picture. You can see the kind of the portholes kind of in the face here. I think it's a fake head that they've got on here. But what do you guys think of the costumes of Hagrid and Harry? What do you think about the fake head? What do you think about it? Good, bad, somewhere in the middle? Would love to know what you guys think about this. Mixed feelings about him, but I love Hagrid so much, and Robbie was perfect. Yeah, I mean, he was just fantastic. In that clip, where he was doing what was it, the Harry Potter like reunion special, where he said, "I might not be here, but Hagrid always will be," and it's like, man, that was one of the most saddest clips ever. I don't like Hagrid's facial hair. It does look fake. So we'll wait until I see him in the series. So mixed about it right now, Erica says. Yeah, I mean, that's the case sometimes, isn't it? You kind of have to see it in motion in order, you kind of have to see a character in motion sometimes to kind of get the full effect of what the character looks like. And Gryffindor sends in a super chat. Thank you so much, Gryffindor. You're an absolute trooper. Thank you so much. Your support really does mean a lot, Gryffindor, and it's great to have you here. Thanks so much for joining the stream, and thank you so much for sending in that super chat, or that super sticker, I should say. Really do appreciate that support. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm skeptical on Hagrid, but open-minded. I need to see him in context. Just popping in for a minute. Yeah, Gryffindor, it's okay. I remember we talked about you're busy doing things. That's no problem, but it's great to have you here regardless. Thank you for making the time to come in, even though I know you've got personal matters to attend to. Cloud Up says, looks wise is fine, but I really want to see how he portrays Hagrid. Rumble Believer says, well, he brushed his hair and beard for this important Keeper of Keys mission in the woods. He might look wilder. Gryffindor says, had to pop in. Yeah, thank you so much, Gryffindor. It's great to have you here. And like I say, I know you've got things to do, but it's nice to have you here. Yeah, looks wise is fine, but I really want to see how he portrays Hagrid. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like the mannerisms, the way he walks, the way he carries himself, his chemistry with the young kids. I mean, that's what's going to make or break the Hagrid character. He's got to have that chemistry with the trio, with Hermione, Ron, and Harry. If that chemistry between the Hagrid character and the three main characters of Hermione, Ron, and Harry, if it's not there, then the whole show could potentially plummet before it's even started. So we're really going to have to see how that works. And obviously, the main chemistry between Hagrid and Harry, when Harry's being introduced to the Wizarding World, and Hagrid shows up in the hut, and to take Harry away from the Dursleys. So we'll have to see how that chemistry works out. But there's going to be a lot of comparisons to Robbie Coltrane, obviously. I completely know that's going to happen. But we have to try and kind of check our luggage at the door, so to speak, and go in kind of with an open mind and try to kind of get on board with the way that these characters are being portrayed in a new way, which is going to be a little bit difficult, I have to admit. So yeah, I really, really enjoy it. I think it looks great. I'm really happy with I'm happy with the costume, and Harry there wearing his 90s kind of puffer jacket. Again, when I was a kid, they were all the rage. Those kind of 90s puffer jackets. It's got the geometric kind of stripes and patterns on it. He's got the same kind of shirt underneath as well. Yeah, we have room for another Hagrid. He did a fantastic job, but it's like we had two Dumbledores. People were saying no one could ever replace Richard Harris, but we have Michael Gambon come in, and he was just as good. I mean, he was a very different Dumbledore, but they both have their pros and cons, and they were both fantastic in their own right. They were just different. Just because someone's different and acts a character in a different way, it doesn't mean it's worse. It doesn't. And a lot of people say, no one can ever play that character again. No one will ever do a character as good. Just because it's different, it doesn't mean it's going to be worse. It's a subjective art form, and it hits us in different ways. So he's dressed up for the big city, my boy Hagrid. So that's kind of where we are, guys. I think it's I'm really, really excited. But it's unfortunate that we haven't had any leaks for so long. I'm absolutely chomping at the bit to get into more leaks here. I really, really am. I love Richard Harris because he was like the books, but Michael was great. Yeah, I mean, they were both fantastic, in my own opinion. So guys, better than a certain other casting. By the way, if you guys do want to talk about Snape in the chat, guys, just because I don't really talk about it, and I kind of do avoid this, I do avoid the topic of Snape to the Snape casting to a degree, because it just creates a load of hassle. But you guys can talk about it if you want to. You know, in the live chat, feel free to talk about it if you want to. I just don't want it to devolve into like a screaming match of people like disagreeing and hating on each other and all that kind of stuff. But if you guys want to talk about it, you can agree, disagree with the casting. That's completely up to you. I just choose to kind of not really talk about it a lot in videos, because you get a load of comments from people just, you know, trying to say loads of horrible things, and it's just not worth my hassle. But it's completely up to you if you want to talk about it in the chat, guys. Like I say, there's no rules that you're breaking or whatever. I'm happy for you guys to talk about it if you want to. Gryffindor says Snape, and then got a funny emoji there. That's quite funny. Okay, guys, so we've been going for an hour and 5 minutes now. I think we'll go for another 5 minutes or so. Then we'll end off the stream, and we've got another stream tomorrow night and Sunday as well. So we've got plenty of streaming content going on over the weekend. So there's plenty of stuff for you guys to look forward to here on the channel. And I would love to know what you guys think about the video segments that we've had in tonight's stream. Did you like that kind of format of the content? Did you enjoy it? Let me know what you think about that, guys. I think it's pretty cool, because like I say, it's great to have video content in a live format, because you guys can chat, I can interact with you at the same time you guys are kind of watching the videos. And Cloud Apps sends in $3 super chat from Cloud Apps. Thank you so much, Cloud Apps. Absolute champion. You're a champion in my book. It's great to have you here as always, and the support doesn't go unrecognized. Thank you so much, guys. It really does mean a lot. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Cloud Apps. I feel like this cup is out of fashion now because Christmas has passed and I've got a candy cane cup. Cloud Apps. By the way, I'm curious. I'm interested to hear others' thoughts on what they think. By the way, I'm interested, Cloud Apps. What? Okay, Gryffindor. I'll see you later, Gryffindor. Cloud Apps. I'm interested. What is your username about? You know, Cloud Apps. Is that from a TV show or something? I would love to know a bit more about what your username is about. It's okay. It's a cute cup. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool cup, but I feel like because Christmas is come and gone now, I feel like it's kind of out of style. But it still works. It still works, so it's all good. What I'll have to do, I'll have to upgrade to my Ravenclaw. Scotty sends one membership. Thank you so much, Scotty. He sent out a membership. Scotty, you are the man. You are the man. Sending out a membership. Thank you so much. I think that's our 30th membership now. I think that's officially the 30th membership. Bear with me 1 second. I just need to double check that. If that may be the case. Let me just check that quickly. So Nerdy Guns received the gift membership. So Nerdy Guns has become a member. That's fantastic. Kimmy says, did you get any other house trunks? I haven't yet. But maybe tomorrow. I might pop into town tomorrow and get another one of these bad boys. They do some other ones. I can't remember what exact ones I saw in the store. I'm pretty sure there was a Hufflepuff one. There may have been a Quidditch one as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I may get the Quidditch one. Or there's just a regular kind of... There's a regular kind of, like, Hogwarts... Just kind of Hogwarts trunk with the Hogwarts crest on it. So I may have to look into those. I'm just going to check the memberships quickly. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Okay, let me go on to... where am I? We should be at 30 members now, I think. Yeah, I think that is. Yes! Guys, that is unreal. So, with Scotty sending out that gift membership, we officially just hit 30 memberships here on the channel. I know, compared to a big channel, that may not seem like a lot, but guys, 30 members. Wow, that's just absolutely astonishingly amazing. For a little person like me, basically a nobody, I didn't think, I didn't even think I would get one channel membership, but 30, thank you so much, guys. Like, you're making me blush. Literally, my face is going hot. So that is really incredible. Thank you so much. I love... This is why I love you guys so much. And this is why I wanted to do this extra stream tonight. Because I just love being on here. I love talking to you guys. You're always so kind and so nice. And we always have great discussions as well. So, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So, let me just dive into this. So let's open up our trunk. If I can get it open. Opens this direction. So yeah, we've got this nice kind of Ravenclaw metal bottle here, which is really nice. But the thing is, I have had problems drinking out of metal containers before. So I'm not sure whether I want to drink liquids from it. I may have to just make sure it's washed properly. Smells like Ravenclaw. Yes, want to see what is in the trunk. Okay, I did do an unboxing on the channel, but I'll show you guys. Yeah, wash before, obviously. So we've got Ravenclaw bottle there. We've got a set of Ravenclaw postcards. We've got a strap, so you can turn the trunk into basically like a satchel bag, and you can kind of wear it. You can kind of wear it as a bag. So you've got straps as well, which come with it, which is really cool. It also comes with this really nice notebook as well. A5 size, I believe. Really beautiful notebook. I need to crack into it and start using it soon. And it also comes with this Ravenclaw keychain as well, which is really nice. Wear it to the studio tour. Absolutely, I need to wear it to the studio tour. That's what I'm planning to do. That reminds me, I need to book a ticket for the studio tour. And like I said to you guys, some of you guys may not have seen it before, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get unlimited data on my phone, and I'm going to go to the Harry Potter London studio tour, and I'm going to stream it live on my phone from the London tour while I'm walking around inside, so you guys can get a full kind of live tour, live stream tour inside the Harry Potter London studio tour. I think that will be an incredible video, and I plan to do that at some point, but it depends when I can get tickets. They're near enough fully booked for the next month or so, I think. I'll have to look up the tickets online. I've got to try and fit all this back in here now. This is really difficult. Okay. That fits in there like that. This is like playing Tetris, like trying to fit this all back in here. So, as you guys can see, I've now got 2 trunks. I'm going to start growing my collection, I think. Erica says, have anyone with interactive ones that you can do spells with? Interactive ones that you can do spells with. Oh, is it like where you download the app on your phone and you sort of do the spells on the screen, and it kind of does it's kind of like a virtual reality type game. Not virtual reality, what do they call it? I can't think of the actual name, but I can't think of the name. Something reality. Whatever it is. But you basically download the app and you use the wand to do like spells and stuff, and you kind of copy what it does on the app, which is really cool. Okay, guys, so what I think we'll do, we've been going for 1 hour and 15 minutes now. It's been an incredible stream. I hope you guys have had a fun time here. It's been an incredible stream. I've really enjoyed talking to you guys, and I think we'll end it off there. But yeah, just an incredible stream, and I always just love talking to you guys. Space is Fake says, hey honey, just wanted to say we love your channel and you seem lovely as a person. Well done on the channel. Thank you so much, Space is Fake. That's really, really kind of you. I really appreciate those kind words. I'm not sure we've seen you before in the live chat, so it's great that you're here. Thank you so much for joining. It's really nice to have you here. If you have been in the chat, I do apologize, but I don't think I've seen your name before. But thank you for the kind words. But like I say, guys, I think we'll finish off here. We've had a great, fantastic stream. I hope you guys have really, really enjoyed the content tonight. I've had a really wicked, fun time talking to you guys, showing the content and everything. Space is fake. Never been on before. Never been on one before. Okay, yeah. Well, I didn't think you had, but it's great. It's great that you're here. Thank you so much for joining. It's really amazing to see new faces pop up. We do, just for your sake, Space is fake. We do live streams on Friday and Saturday and Sundays, 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. British time. Look up your own time zone if you're not sure. But that's when we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing a stream tomorrow from 7 till 8. And then we'll be doing one on Sunday, 7 till 8 as well. And we're just trying to have a good time here, talk about Harry Potter stuff, and just enjoy ourselves and chill out. No stress and not too much craziness. A little bit of craziness goes a long way. But love from New England and Happy New Year, everyone. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here as always. You humbled me with your presence. Everyone who sent in the super chats. Scotty for sending the membership out. Sending in the super chat, the super stickers, all that great stuff. Thank you so much, guys. And I will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. on the channel once again for the next live stream. I will see you guys then.